All right, that's what's up. Welcome back to another edition. Welcome back to another edition of the Daily Smoke. I'm your boy, Brother Ron.
Brother Los.
Brother Black Hand. And we are the Daily Smoke. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. What's going on, my brother? What's a good word, good man?
Nothing, man. Just tired. Like I said, I've been getting more sleep than normal, but I'm yawning more during the day, so I don't know what that's about.
That's what's up.
It don't make sense. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like I've been getting way more sleep than I'm used to.
How you feeling now that you're getting like the proper amount of sleep?
I don't feel no different other than this yawning.
Really?
I'm just yawning a lot.
That's what's up.
But I don't feel no different. And that could be because of the job. I'm not trying to do this job no more, so that drains the shit out of me.
That's what's up.
And being in here all, the heat up in this bitch, it gets hot as fuck up in here, so I'm not trying to, that makes you sleepy just in that alone. Why I'm yawning as much, I don't know. I mean, it's like, okay, I'm sitting there doing what I got to do. Why is this shit not coming up?
So for tonight's episode, everybody, we're going to talk about, what did you gain when you lost something? And we're going to definitely, what's going on, Build Your Brain, LLC? What's going on, brother, the White family? What's happening? Thank you for joining us, brother. Good episode, by the way, man. Good episode, brother. Thank you so much. We're so honored to have you a part of this platform, man. Thank you so much. Tonight, we're going to talk about, what did you gain when you lost something? And how did you, manage it or deal with it? Or what did you learn from it? And we're going to just have a roundtable discussion about that tonight. So, hopefully, people are willing to call in. Bobby, join the conversation, if you will. If you have something to say on this topic tonight, please, by all means, call in. We really would prefer if people would call in and get more involved because we want it to be like a roundtable discussion, not a monopoly of one person talking and everyone just listening. And if you want to call in, check us out at 281-968-1029. And we're definitely going to delve into that topic. But before we get into that, first and foremost, we have to give thanks to the people that make this possible. First and foremost, Bangin' 832 Radio. Bangin'. Yeah. www.bangin832.com. Check out the past episodes of the Daily Smoke every Sunday at 7 p.m. Thank you all so much what you do at Bangin' 832, representing Houston homegrown Texas talent. Hey, man, charity begins at home, and you guys showed us number love. Thank you so much.
That's right. And all really the other people from Houston that they show love to.
Absolutely. And then next up, we have Tamia's Touch of Care Massage Therapy. To get with life, get a massage.
Touch my body.
That's what's up. Tamia's Touch of Care Massage Therapy. You can check out at www.Tamiaanderson.com. She's a veteran, she's an entrepreneur, and she's just overall a really good person. And I would trust her to help heal any problem I may have within my joints or skeletal system or muscles or whatever. She really does believe in what she does. She puts her time and her heart into it, and you get a quality, superior level of service. Thank you so much, Tamia, for being a part of this platform. We're all the more better because you're with us.
Sure enough.
Next up, we have the Buy Black Marketplace. We got the Black Vendor Market Book and Art Fair, the ultimate pop-up experience. They have free yoga classes, they have free African history classes, and also every first and third Saturday from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., you can come and join this Buy Black Marketplace where there are vendors there and also individuals. If you want to buy from there, you can as well. So, or sell there rather, I should say. So whatever, if you have a good idea, try it out at 5309 MLK Boulevard. That's at the Shrine of the Black Madonna. If you don't know, if you have a good idea or something that you feel like you're making and you think the public should know about it, give it a try at the Shrine of Black Madonna. Do a test run there. Put your product on the market on their platform at their Buy Black Marketplace every first and third Saturday and see how it does.
Since they've been serving the community since 1970.
Hey, man, they real about it. That's right.
They've been around for a good while.
That's right.
Help people out.
And speaking of helping people out for a long time, also from, 7 to 12 o'clock, 12:30, they feed the homeless or people that need food every Saturday. every Saturday.
That's cool.
Yeah, man, from like about 7:30, 8 o'clock till 12, right before the Buy Black Marketplace
Right before it starts up. Yep.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely. So they really are, they are real personifications of what it means to like uplift your community. They're trying to feed you as well as give you something that can help you live. Like whether it's yoga classes or different classes helping, you start expanding your thinking or what have you.
Right.
So yeah, man, they feed you all the way around, mentally and physically. Thank you so much for everything you all do at the Buy Black Marketplace
We
at
got
the
to go there
Shrine.
ourselves one Saturday.
There's
just to
nothing
see
they
what's
can
up.
ask of me. Yes,
We
sir.
have to go check it out.
Next up, we got Puff Passage CBD and More, located at 4130 and a half Cavalcade. That's here in Houston, Texas, 77026. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They're on Yelp. You can send them an email to puffpassit2020 at gmail.com. Or you can call Tanya Ashley. She's the owner entrepreneur at 713-766-6631. I assure you she will treat you like family once you come there and you show your patronage for that establishment. She is a really good person. I do. That's my little cousin. Hey, little baby Sunbeam. My mama crazy about that little girl, but that's Leandria, the one that her and her husband came and was on our platform. Yeah, that's their
I
daughter.
gotta take this real quick.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries.
Hello. Hey.
So
no problem.
I tell you what, we'll go pause 1 second, Bobby. Can you give us go back to we have
still there?
technical difficulties. Just 1 second, please.
What can I help you with? No, I was just on flights. I think your mom had all.
All right. Thank you all so much for
Apologies for
sticking
that.
with us. We do
But I
apologize.
had to take that call. There was no way I couldn't. I had to take it. Most of them I just let them go by, but this one I had to take. So, that one is where most of my donations come from. In case you don't want to donate at $ TV Smoke, I gotta live somehow. But that's one of those ones that I live off of. So yeah. So apologize for that. But anyways, yeah. This Monday, just another manic Monday. This shit is rough, man. It's like,
What do you all do when you have like rough days? Like, I would be interested in knowing, like, how do you all manage stress? I think stress is probably one of the number one killers, man.
it is,
Especially since post-COVID. I really do.
right?
I wonder how. I think that's very important. I wonder if the Nest is going to have an episode on that. I would love
Dealing
to
with
hear that.
stress.
Yeah, how to manage
stuff like
stress.
that.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
That could be LaDonna too on her show.
Absolutely.
So she deals with energy and stuff.
Absolutely.
So that stress is a bad energy. So how do you get rid of bad energy?
Absolutely.
Me, I just spark one up. I'll spark one up and I'll spark one up and that takes me away. And that takes away all my shit.
Me, I just like, it sounds simple, but I just like looking out my window, just looking out, I just like outdoors, yeah. The reptiles, this, when I'm big spend time, that's what I do. The better go fishing. If I can't go fishing, let me just notice that. Let me just look at see this big ball, this yellow ball, or call the sun, or looking at the moon. That's for me. That's stressful. Or just listening to the rain. That's how I feel my shit. So, I don't know. That's
And that's how you deal with stress. That's what he's asking. You deal with it by going outside, looking outside, and just being outside.
like eight. So I do simple shit like that. Calm myself down.
I really never gave much thought to it because I always thought I was like Superman and I could handle anything that come my way. I mean, given the things you've been through in life, you know, you can kind of rely on that.
So you just deal with it and keep going. You know.
But how do you deal with the situation?
It's like, well,
It's like if somebody say, "Hey, man, you need to eat." Yeah, but what am I going to eat? Well, you just need to eat. Well, what am I going to eat?
Right,
What should I eat? You need to eat. You know, the question is, how do you deal with it?
Like I said, I spark one up, and that takes me away to, you know, that eases my mind. I stop thinking about what that is, and I start thinking about the feeling I'm getting. And now I'm starting to think of happy thoughts, making myself laugh and shit. You know, that should have come back later, but at the moment, I'm not thinking about that shit. You know, and if I'm gone long enough to a point where once I come out of that, I'm not stressed no more anyway because I don't care what the fuck happened there. I'm not listening to that no more. That just got to go.
I feel that.
You know, so yes, at the moment, it is kind of rough, but hey, you deal with it.
Those days, bro.
Yeah, no, every day you got something going on that fucks with you, but I try not to, you know, like I always say, you know, my main thing is if it's not going to physically kill me, I'm not going to worry about it. You know, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't care. You know, back in the day when I didn't make enough money and people calling me to pay my bills and shit, oh, we're going to send the sheriff out. Well, my reply is, I'm right here. Tell the sheriff to come get me because there's nothing I can do. You know, nothing I can do at all.
You go to your prayer. Some people say they go to their prayer closet.
Right,
that's
another way. A lot of people do that part. Yeah, they'll go into and pray about it, and that takes them away. And I guess what it is, you just got to stop doing what's stressing you out and do something different for a little bit without thinking about that shit. And eventually, it will go away.
How do you know
that it gone away? Because I'm not feeling the way I am anymore. You know, so like I said, if I blaze one up, I got that high going, so I might decide to watch something that I really want to watch or play some PlayStation, and my thoughts are not on what was stressing me out anymore. And hopefully I'm in there long enough to when I'm done with that, I don't think about what was stressing me out no more. I just deal with it a different way. So it's not stress anymore. It's just now I got to deal with it a different way, come at it a different way, I guess you can say.
Yeah, they're speaking about meditation and everything. De-stress. The question was, how do you de-stress?
How do you deal with stress? How do you manage?
Stress?
Yeah.
How do you deal with it?
How you deal with it, man? Well, on a personal level, when you speaking, you have to recognize stress first.
That's very important.
That's the first thing.
Just recognize stressor.
You know, what is fucking?
Recognize the stressor. Let's see how I'm gonna deal with it. Oh boy.
It was like Ron was saying, you know, like Ron was saying, you think you're Superman, so you're not identifying stress because in your mind, this is not stressing me out. It's fucking with me, but I'm not considering it stress. You know, so you keep going from there, and eventually you figure out that you're stressed out. You need to chill the fuck out, or whatever it is you do to make you chill the fuck out. You know?
I know I'm stressed when something keeps playing over and over in my mind.
Ruminating over it.
Over it, I go, it's killing me. Oh no, gotta get this off. You know, but that constant replay stress you too.
It sure will.
You know what I mean?
And that's self-induced torture.
Right.
That's self-induced torture. I you know, of all my years of learning and all my experience in life, I can't lie, man. For me, I can only speak for me. I'm not looking for an amen wagon. I'm not looking for nobody to agree. I'm only talking about me. I used to handle stress kind of bad, and I've been under a lot of stress throughout my life for long periods of time. Just for whatever reason, I was working on something, trying to accomplish something, whatever. But I started managing stress, I can honestly say, over about maybe the last month and a half, where I really started listening to what Tiffany Scales has been saying. She always talks about how you should always be grateful. And she really hits on that. And she never said that that should be a response to stress. I'm only saying that's how I applied it to my life.
Right.
When she was saying that you should always be grateful and be grateful for this and grateful for that, when I applied that to my own life, when I was under stress, y'all niggas know I've been under a lot of stress. Um, when I started focusing more on what am I grateful for that's currently in my life, like right now, even if it has to come down to thank you for my life, God, and thank you for this new day. If you have nothing else to be thankful for, but you at least have that, you have the ability to say thank you for this moment. You have the ability to experience this moment. Thank you. I have found that being grateful will get rid of a whole lot of the issues that surround stress. Not maybe the stress itself, but it will help you get into a position where you can hold that stress in its proper context. It won't be overwhelming. Because one of the problems that we have as human beings, when you don't manage your stress well, it's just like your past trauma. You'll start taking that out on the people that's closest to you. That's not fair to them. As a matter of fact, that's abuse. And I am guilty of doing that. So what I have found personally, when I just become more grateful for, hey man, no, I don't have all the money I want, but you know what? I'm surrounded by brothers and sisters that come on our show and love us. No, we don't have the numbers that we would like, but we got 95, 85, 65, 25 people that tune in to hear what we have to say. I'm grateful for that. Because those are people that didn't listen to us prior to us going live. Now they're paying attention to us. I'm grateful for that. So I really, to be honest with you, like she says, it changes your perspective on this. Absolutely. It changes your perspective. And what'll happen is, because I am, again, this is a podcast. This is real talk. So I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I ain't gonna make it what it ain't. I ain't gonna make it sound better than what it is. I'm gonna talk to you straight. I struggled with depression all my life. And what I have found is when I start becoming grateful for what is in my life, what I do have, even if I don't have a best friend around, nor a girlfriend, nor a child, nor a parent, I still got my life. Be grateful. Because when you're dead, you can't be grateful. You're dead.
Yeah.
I know that may seem, again, I'm going to say it again, y'all, and I'm going to shut up. I am not saying that that should be a way that you should deal with stress. I'm only saying find an appropriate way where your stress does not take over you and consume you so you can keep living the rest of your life. That's all I'm saying. And I found mine in tipping scales and being grateful. And it's just what it is.
That's what the right says too.
It's
Write
just what it
down
is.
every day 3 things we're grateful for.
Hey,
I mean, and that helps you. That's fine. You know, like I said, for me, many years, to me, I would think, you know, you're saying I'm stressed out over what? I don't think it's, you know, so you got to identify it first that, yes, this is stressing me out. But I've never felt that this is stress. It's like, no, I'm doing what I want to do. Yeah, there's some things that I'm thinking about that I'm going to take care of. But if it's something I can't control, I'm not going to think about it no more. So the stress is gone right then and there. As soon as I tell myself, there's nothing I can do here, do whatever you got to fucking do. If you got to come arrest my ass and take me to jail, guess what? I'll deal with that. But I'm not going to sit here and worry about you telling me that this is what's going to happen. Fuck it. Just come do it. Come do it. Let's get it over with. That way I don't have to worry about thinking if you're coming, it's done. Let's go do this. You know?
I remember when I had an apartment in Pearland, and it was a really nice apartment. And I had made some really bad money decisions regarding someone that I cared about in my life at that time, and it ended up hurting me. And it got to a point where, first and foremost, is this real talk making anybody uncomfortable? We good?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay, cool. So I had got to a point where, yeah, I had got to a point where I made some really bad money decisions. And I ended up losing my apartment. I thank God I had a parent, my mother, that was able to take me in so I could have a new clean slate. I'm saying that to say this. Before I made that call to her, I remembered the sleepless nights. I remember going to work just as tired as if I just got off of work because I was so stressed and it was so in my head like, oh my God, where am I going to go or what happened? And yeah, it would be easy for someone to say, well, think about what you're grateful for, what have you, and move on from there. That's a way of handling it. But my question is, all right, you're a single mother and you got 3 kids, and you're in the same predicament, and there's nobody to help.
Got
You
nowhere
got
to go.
some stress.
That's right, damn right.
You got some stress.
Right.
You don't have the luxury of saying, well, you know what, I'm grateful for
that
what
I'm
have
alive
you,
and
and
my
then me and
kids-
my kids on the street,
Fuck that.
but I'm still grateful. Not saying you're not grateful, but that's not feeding them or
Right.
giving them shelter. So now you have stress upon stress upon stress.
Right.
That's why I'm saying, hey, man, the way that we manage it, it just works for us. It is imperative that not only you recognize the stress,
Right.
but you find a way to deal with it.
Right. Right.
That's the important point. And that's why I gave that example, to be honest with you, Brother Dwight. That's what's up.
So that's what I was saying. He said that. He says that all the time too.
Absolutely.
Every day, write down 3 things and send it to someone and make them send you back their 3 things.
Absolutely.
I guess in a way, I'm not sure if that's how somebody would deal with stress, but that's how you dealt with it.
That's how,
But not if, like for me, I could still write down what 3 things I want to do, but I'm still going to be thinking, like she said, thinking the same shit over and over and over. Whether I'm grateful for this or that. Guess what? As soon as I think that, man, I gotta get a house tomorrow. I gotta find something.
Right.
That's still gonna be there. That's not
Absolutely.
gonna go away, regardless of when I do that. To the point where like I said, I'll just blaze one up, take my mind somewhere else, and I'll worry about that shit later. But right now, I'm not gonna stress about it. I'll stress later, until I can. Because if it's something I can't do nothing about, the stress is gonna always be there until I fix it. Until I get that apartment, nothing's gonna change that stress. It's gonna be there.
I can speak. I can speak from a personal experience, and I can tell you what worked. And I thank God, I can tell you exactly what worked. I was under a lot of stress about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and the last thing I wanted to do was any marijuana or drink anything. And what I found was the stress didn't change, but my approach to finding solutions for that stress changed, because I'm in a different state of mind now, and I'm able to see exactly what decisions would be good versus wouldn't be good. And the reason I didn't drink, the reason I didn't get high when I was in that stressful situation was because, to me, there's nothing worse than waking up and you're drunk, and you got a hangover, or you just got through getting high, and now you back to regular life, and that same exact problem is right in front of you with no more solutions toward it than before you got high or before you got drunk. So that's why I was like, let me deal with whatever pain I have to face, because I want to feel what's going on so I can make appropriate decisions. If I make those same decisions compromising my thinking, I'm probably not going to make the best decisions.
See, for me, that's different because I don't drink for one, so I don't have hangovers and shit like that. But for me to blaze up, it gives me more creative ways to try to deal with that.
You think of it different.
I think of it different. I think of it like, you know what? Now that I'm high, I'm thinking of all kind of different shit that I might not have been thinking of.
Yeah.
So now it's like, well, what if I did this, this, and that? Will that make that shit go away? And then, and then I'm making it fun because I'm thinking of shit, funny shit that to try to fix this. So
What
my
about
mind,
the come down? What do you do when the come down?
just go right back up. Eventually I'm going to go to sleep, and it'll get there, but I might have already figured out, okay, I got it, because I was high yesterday and I thought about this shit, which I wasn't trying to think about it when I'm buzzing, but now I figured out that, if I do this, this, and this like I thought, guess what? I'll get rid of this shit. But then again, most of my stress is things that I can't do nothing about. It's like, this is something like, like in a case where, okay, there was one time when I lived in my car for 3 weeks with my daughter. There was nothing I could do until I got enough money to get me a place. So that fucked with me for a while. But eventually I did get to where I had to be, and that shit went away. I didn't think about it. So for them 3 weeks, I was stressed about it. But I still, at least, like you said, I was grateful that I did have a ride. We were able to sleep in that mug, and I wasn't out in the street trying to be with her in the street. So that right there alone was like, well, at least I'm not in the street where we get to sleep on the ground. I ain't got shit to cover myself with or nothing like that, until I was able to fix it. So, so I deal with it in a lot of different ways. Sometimes I don't even realize that it's stress because I'm not taking it as this is stressing me out. It's just something I got to do in my life that I got to take care of right now. I just can't at this moment until I get paid. Then I can take care of it. So until then, I'm not going to fuck with my mind like that because I know the solution is coming. So I'm not going to sit here and worry about it until I know if I know the solution ain't coming, then that's different. Then I might think about it a little bit more. But if I know I'm going to fix it, I get paid in 2 weeks, I can do this. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it no more until 2 weeks comes and, I didn't get paid. Now it's a whole different story. I'll deal with it a whole different way. So, but like she said, identifying it is the main thing. And a lot of times it's like, I don't consider myself stressed out for certain things. It's like, this is just something I'm dealing with right now. People call it stress. Okay, fine. I don't call it that. It's just some bullshit I got to deal with right now until it's over with, and then go from there. And hopefully it doesn't. I know that I'm not going to take it to where it's going to start affecting me, physically, where it's going to hurt me, because stress does kill a motherfucker. I never let it get that far. I mean, I'll just blow it off. Like, look, I can't do that. You got do whatever the fuck you got to do. You got to take me to jail, then I'll just deal with being in jail. Then fuck it. It's like, I can't do nothing about it. And if I can't fix it, then I know I'll be able to fix it. So I'm not going to stress about it. Unless it's going to kill me physically, I'm not going to worry about that shit. Fuck that. Killing me physically, I got a problem now. We got a problem. I don't want to die just yet. But other than that, I'll just deal with it the best I can and keep on fucking going, I mean, I got shit, shit that I'm like, oh, well, fuck, until you get me, I'm not going to worry about that shit. Because one, I know it's bullshit to begin with, although I know to you it's not bullshit, and I know I'm at a lost cause no matter what I do, because I'm not going to beat you as the authority, but I'm not going to worry about it. It's like, hey, until you come get me. And when you do come get me, guess what? Okay, so I pay a fine or some shit, or maybe do a weekend in jail. Okay, I'll get it over with, done. You're out my life. See you, bye. I don't have to stress about your ass no more, Shit like that, That's how I deal with it in any kind of way. But plus, I got the kids and Amy, so I could always get into their mindset and start playing with them or doing stuff with them, and just takes me away from everything that I'm thinking about anyways. So, but that's how I deal with it. Just try not to think about it as best I can.
What about you?
What am I dealing with?
You said challenge accepted.
Oh, well, Sarah was saying about to write down.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Break before incident for 7 days. Text break the things to a friend or a family member. Challenge them to reply back.
Yeah,
for sure.
On me, I'll think in my mind. I need to write down. And when I go to write down my stuff, follow down. I'm lazy. And now that he's saying, okay, write 3 things down. Because I am waking up, kids, and always say that. I am. That would be 3 things. Because getting in a mindset of handling needs to happen. I need to take it from here, put it on here, execute. And when this young man said write 3 things down, me personally, I'm going to go above that one, and I am going to do on my goals. It's not going to stop me. So I have to get through things.
It has to be done.
It has to be done.
Failure is not an option.
It's not. And even if I fail, I will get back up again to try a different route. I will.
Exactly.
I will. What was instilled in me is there.
Exactly.
I have to unbear it. So when you say manage stress, I have to recognize what it is stress, because we think that this regular.
Right.
You got to pay bills, you got to find some place to live, you got to get a job, you got to cook, you got to take care of kids. That's regular.
Right.
That's regular. Nobody said you're going to have stress behind it.
Right.
Or you shouldn't feel bad, or people make you feel bad that you got stress behind it.
Right.
You're supposed to have it.
Right. Right.
How the hell?
I can't deal with the fairy tale landers either. I really can't. I really can't. Like, oh, you having a bad day? Your daddy just died. You lost your job. Wife left you. Dog died. Whatever. It's all about how you think about it. No, man, I'm hurt.
Right.
Right.
It's just that simple.
Right? Because I can't.
I'm hurt.
You know, I got no money to pay these bills.
You know what I mean?
To some people, and that hurts.
I'm
Her example
compromised
was,
right now.
You can take care of all that. You know, there's no problem. But when something happens, yeah, my dad died. That's fucking with me right now. You know, shit like that. So I don't care what I write down. It's still gonna fuck with me.
Absolutely.
No matter what. You know.
Absolutely.
Even if you wrote down, I'm grateful for the many years he was with me.
You know, back in the day in school, you know, that's why I so miss with what these kids going through.
Absolutely,
Because
Dwight.
teachers really talk. You understand what I'm saying?
Agreed.
Like, if you just follow what they said in a sense, it wasn't going to solve the problem.
Right.
But it gave you a plan. It gave you a diagram. It
Right.
gave you a start.
Right.
That's all we be needing.
That's all we need. That's all you
Start.
need.
You gotta start it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if you see it. You know, some people, everybody ain't visual. Okay, some people can play in their mind and they want the kids to solve everything they want. That's unrealistic.
Agreed. Agreed. You know, I think this plays directly into what tonight's conversation is about. As a result of loss, what did you learn? And as I said earlier, you know, there are some things I've lost in my life. And I have to really just be honest. I have had some serious losses in my life. I really have. And it doesn't really matter what the loss was. What matters is how did I respond to it? And until I can honestly say, as of late, maybe the last couple of years, like, I never really saw the greater good in things that I lost in my life because I was too emotional behind the hurt.
Right.
I was too emotional behind the hurt of what I lost. Let me say this again, y'all. It doesn't matter whether it's a woman, a car, a house, a cousin, a best friend, a parent, a job, money, you name it. That is inconsequential. I was hurt because I lost something and I did not get any real relief and I didn't learn the lesson of why I lost it until I really had just got humble enough to accept the loss. This is just what it is. Now, how did we get here, Ron? Now we can start processing.
Right.
Okay, cool. Now we can see where you went wrong. Now we can see how you went wrong, what you could have done better. But none of that matters. None of that matters until you come to terms. I lost something, and I was affected, and it hurt. And I don't think, you know, I'm not trying to be no guru or nothing like that. And I don't think any reasonable person would say you should deny those feelings of your reactions. You know, after loss, I've learned to guard my heart. Well, see, what that tells me on Easter, and I mean this with all sincerity, I really do. I promise you I do. I'm not picking on you. After loss, I've learned to guard my heart. On Easter, I've been hurt a lot too. And I've had situations where my heart was involved. Like when I say heart, I mean romantic. And what I found was, no, I'm not going to be the same dummy I was before that got me into this situation.
Right.
But loss is a part of life. And what I have literally learned, and my mother can speak to this, y'all know I ain't lying. Every time I lost someone that I felt was important, it would devastate me until I got to the point where, no, love is not the problem. You just loved the wrong person. But don't mess up the good shit over here because you made a bad decision. Just make a decision where you aim that to a different person.
Right.
So you don't have to guard your heart. You can still be that same loving person because that's what makes you beautiful. That's how you deal with loss. Getting angry is not going to help you be liberated.
No, because it's gone.
It's
Lost is lost.
gone.
I mean, but
It's
to
gone.
bring it back, really, the topic is not what have you learned from loss, is what have you gained from a loss.
Same thing.
You know,
It's the same
I
thing,
mean,
brother.
unless I guess you gain by learning not to do
When
that
you
shit
learn
again.
something, did you gain?
You know, I guess you learn. Every
If
time
you
learn
gain something by loss, you learned, right?
I guess so. I guess you learn it.
Semantics.
Yeah, no, that's no, I feel you. If you know,
What
if
I'm
I
trying
learned
to do,
something, I
Lowe's.
still gained something. I gained some new knowledge.
What I'm trying to do, Lowe's.
I'm not
Let me
to
just
do that shit no more.
let me just put it out there on the table, and please feel free to call in. The numbers at the bottom of the screen. Here's what I'm trying to do: get rid of victim mentality.
Right.
Get rid of it. As long as you are a victim in your mind, or you are a victim in terms of how you're dealing with people, you will forever draw that to yourself.
That's right.
Your life will never change because you're always in the past. Damn, man, the sun rose today. Be happy for something.
Right.
There was somebody that wanted to see this sunrise. There was somebody that wanted to see this sunset. Okay, let's reverse it. Let's reverse it, y'all. Let's get to more practical things. I have heard, because I don't have children, but I have heard that there is no greater loss than the loss of a child. That is what I've heard.
And I never want to experience that ever.
From what I've seen, it's rough.
I could imagine. I can't even really imagine it. That shit. I don't even like to think about that shit.
Because that's just something that we're not factoring into the equation.
Right.
So let's look at it. Something happens, you lose one. Let's make it even harder. Because I'm an only child, so I speak for myself. You lose your only one. You lose your only one. You know who I found to be the most interesting people? The people that have lost someone, something that close and dear to them. And you're like, damn, how do you look so good? How are you so strong? How are you getting through this? Because you just endured one of the toughest losses that an individual can endure. It may have taken them 5 years, maybe 10 years, and it was a day-by-day thing. But if you look at that same person, they'll respond with, I thank God for the time I was given with him. Whoa. See how you come out of victim mentality?
That's all you can do, though. I mean, that's all you can do because it's gone. It's gone. It's lost. You're not getting back at all. You know, I can see a loved one you might can hook up again, but this is a death. This is a child that's gone. So you have to start thinking in ways of, well, at least I had him for 20 years. At least I was with him for 15 years.
Being
at
grateful.
Least, you know, and you're being grateful for that, and you're dealing with it. You're moving on from that. Me personally, I don't think I'd ever recover from that.
I understand.
Yeah, I don't think I would ever recover. Yes, I'm glad that I was able to spend time with him and all that, but still, I lost my baby. I'm not trying to deal with that ever in my lifetime. My babies die after me. You know?
That is the natural course.
I die and then they die. While I'm alive, I'm not supposed to outlive my children at all. I don't think I'll ever get over that.
Even if you lost one child out of other children, you still would not be able to recover?
I don't think I would. I would try my best to recover because I still got to deal with the other ones that I have, but that would hurt me so much that I don't think I'd ever recover from that. That will never go away, ever. I will never feel good about, you know, or learn. There's nothing to learn from it. Nothing at all. The only thing I could learn is like, oh, wow, I was able to get over that, you know, within a couple of years. That would take forever. My brother gave up when his child died, you know, and then he ended up dying himself, you know, because I know that. My brother, after his son died, my brother didn't give a fuck whether he was diabetic or blood pressure. He didn't fucking care. He was going to eat whatever he fucking wanted because my brother thought his life was over. It was his only child, and that's how I saw my brother's life.
What about y'all? What are your thoughts?
My brother and my child. I don't have children, but at the time I could see the pain. But my aunt lost her daughter was 28 last year,
Oh, baby.
and I can tell the funeral and all is the hurt. But I keep in contact with her now, you know, in family now. She's actually good. It's like, even though I know I can't really understand in her loss, but she's gone about her life knowing that, that love, that, yeah, so, yeah, so, and she, I wouldn't say she's good, but she's good. You know what I mean? It's even with my brother. This was years way back, and uh, he actually explained to me, it was like, yeah, it's something you never want to go through, but shit happens, and if you lose yourself and that grief and all that, you will never recover. So you have to be better, just knowing you have to continue on. You have to be better. You can't get lost up and grief.
Go ahead, Sean.
You had said something earlier. I wanted to touch on you saying, oh my God.
It happens to me all the
You
time.
have to be grateful. You know that you got a chance to know that person. Everybody don't know that. And I was taught
right.
that Joy is the one that taught me that. She taught me that after my brother passed, because I was not in that spot to go on, let me go versus the years I had and versus the years I went. So that always is there. So from outside people can keep us and stuff, and they say,
Absolutely.
I'm briefing what
Absolutely.
show me walk it out. I definitely did that one. Okay, you have a parent that's sick all the time, or that becomes sick and everything. All right, but you expect them to go, but then even you have a sick brother, you still don't expect them to go. And I was sitting up and talking, I just had to think about, I'm talking about stressing. Just to think about the stress that my mom was going through at the time my brother had died.
I remember.
And, in order for me not to see that, I come by running. That's my brother.
The point is, you started loving the people still with you.
Yeah, well, it's not that I became grateful for the time that I had and that I got to experience that, because you don't know what you're missing until you've had it. And that's what really hurts home, because I experienced, like, we've had good childhoods.
Right.
We've had good parents. We've had, you know what I'm saying? We made some crazy choices, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say that we done it all right, but I'm just saying, like, you only are able to miss those things because you had those things. I just think, like, when people see this on TV, like, oh, I want that life and everything, and, ooh, I gotta be live. Well, I don't know, like, I'm speaking from heart.
Yeah.
Like, I've experienced that. I don't know what you see on TV. Like, you ever go down and understand what I mean. So, until Joy at that point that I was about to go into a depression.
I went into a depression when your brother died. I went into an even deeper depression when my aunt died.
Yeah.
And I remember the day, again, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I literally embody this platform. When I say real talk, I mean real talk. So y'all ain't got to worry about me hiding nothing from y'all or BSing y'all on no level. Because I really believe as the whole purpose of the show is, what did you learn from loss? What did you gain from losing something? Hey, man, it was on a Friday, as a matter of fact, around 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
I went into a deep state of depression. That's when I became an alcoholic.
Hello?
And
Hi.
We got a caller.
we got a caller?
What's up, mama?
Mama calling?
Yeah,
What's she talking about?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, Jennifer,
Never get a close, probably.
I can't hear it all.
Your signal is breaking up. It's hard for us to hear what you're saying.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still breaking up.
Okay. I think that the reason we as humans are unable to let go of a hurt is because we don't place proper respect. We love before we become an obsession, whether it's our child, friends, or whatever. And we've got to learn to remember that anytime we love that much,
Breaking up.
But what we have to learn is that we have to remember something that serves its purpose. You have to let. Does that mean you're not going to? My mom could then run 50, 50 years old. I think about my mom all the time. All the time. I think about everybody. I think about love. Not myself. Because pain is just what this world is. Because it's a part of you. But the desire to go forward and continue. So you just have to learn God, yeah, that God, heal your broken going. I'm enjoying. Thank y'all so very much. Okay, bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. And from what we could hear, I'm sorry for our viewing audience if the message didn't come through that clear. It was breaking up. I think the gist of what she was saying was like whenever you love something or someone to the point where it becomes a God to you, they got to go. Don't mean that you don't love it to the degree that you love whatever it is you lost. But once it starts taking that level of a priority in your life, you need to kind of shift your priorities.
Yeah.
Right.
That's basically what she was saying.
I don't have any of that. I mean, I lost my mom and dad. Yeah, that shit hurt, but for me, they were in a better place from what the
That's
stuff
how it came to
from
you.
the suffering they were being here.
Sure.
I remember when my dad died, I was like, man, thank goodness, get out of here, man. You were suffering, you know. So
Same here.
yeah, it's like I'd rather know that you're not dealing with this shit every day and you're gone. If you don't have to, whatever you're dealing with now, I know it ain't this bullshit.
Los, how did that loss make you a better person?
You know what? I don't know if it made me a better person or not. I know that I continued being who I am, but I was grateful that, you know, that he didn't have to deal with this shit no more. You know, he didn't have to deal with having to be in pain all the time, not being able to eat and shit like that, you know.
But outside of that, you just knowing that he had a pain. You didn't have nothing else to feel about them?
No, because like I said, I was when I first moved here and I saw my mom and dad, the first thing I thought of was like, that's not my mom and dad. These two people are not who I know as my mom and dad. These two people sitting here not doing shit, that's not my mom and dad. And then to be here the years I was there with them and seeing them deteriorate, get worse and worse and worse, and my dad to the point where he didn't know if he ate 5 minutes ago or not, you know, and couldn't. And then before he died, he couldn't eat shit anywhere, you know.
So because when you came and saw that this was not your parents, you were already at a state of...
I already put in my mind that they're going to die one day. Before that,
well, no, I'm just
they're going to
saying,
live forever to me.
Well, no, I'm just saying that your old parents already died to you.
They didn't die. They didn't die, but
I
the
mean, they
parents that,
already left.
yeah, the ones that I knew,
Yeah.
these weren't them. They're
Right.
pretty much gone. So that kind of
Just
woke me
shit.
up to the point where I'm glad that I'm here because it would have hit me harder to get a call in Pittsburgh saying, your mom died, you know? So to see them, it was like, okay, yep, they're old. I'm going to get old myself one day. This is what happens to us as humans. You know, I remember them in a good place. I don't want to think of them this way,
That's right.
you know. I mean, the one thing I might have learned from my dad was, and it fucks me because I still try to do it today.
It's all good.
I don't waste food no more.
Okay, bro.
I try not to waste no food because my dad couldn't eat. He died wanting to eat something. So whenever I hate fucking throwing away food, you know, because of that, you know, I used to give him whatever he wanted. You know, like, man, this man lived all his life. His last day, all he wanted to do was drink some coffee and have something to eat. And they denied him that shit. And the night they were going to put the damn thing in his throat so he could eat, he died. So from that point on, I told myself, I hate throwing away food. I hate wasting food. You know, yes, I can't keep it long enough to where it's going to make me sick, but I try to eat as much as I can. I try to get the kids, like, let's not waste food because of that, you know.
So it helped you value the importance
of leftovers and
of
shit
meal.
and meal. Yeah, hell yeah.
So you did learn something, brother.
No, that's what I'm saying. If anything, I did learn that. You know,
Absolutely.
the value of having food around.
Especially in this economy.
especially nowadays. I mean, nowadays, you should need something like that to learn that lesson. It
Right.
should be like, yo, that cost me way more than it should have cost, and you're just throwing it out. Don't do that shit. That's you know, this shit don't grow on trees. You know, so yeah, but nowadays it's getting so bad. Like I said that one day when somebody had said, you know, my wife wanted to go somewhere fancy. I took her to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit is expensive as fuck. I went the other day, barely bought anything. It was like $100. I'm like, the fuck?
Thank you, Dwight. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I don't know what happened, but we had like up to 14 viewers just now. Like, we must be saying something. Hopefully, we're saying something that's helping someone out there.
Oh,
You know, so
please.
thank you all for watching this afternoon. I really mean that.
Mine went down to 7 now. Oh,
What about y'all? Any comments?
With me, I actually, my dad taught me a lot, a whole lot. Even though I took that learning for granted,
Mm-hmm.
but when my dad taught the moment, I always had, what's the name, congenital heart,
Heart failure. Mm-hmm.
and being even hooked up the tubes and all that. I knew, and when I walked into that, walking into the hospital and seeing on those tubes and all, he grabbed my hand. Even though he was semi-conscious, squeezed my hand, and my dad always taught, one, take care of your family, take care of your home. And that's what I'm trying to do, I'm still trying to do to this day. And seeing him like that, even though my mom and brother was paralyzed, I stayed strong for him. And after he came out of that, even though he stopped eating and this and all, my dad, with his pride, sitting up in the nurse home, just chill. But I knew that it's not long, but I stayed strong for him. And even after he passed, what was hard for me is because my mom did not know how to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
So she put all of her grief, her bad stress on me.
Mm-hmm.
Even though that stress was driving me lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
But I stayed strong for, I went by what my dad said. He said, take care of the mom, take care of the son. So I did that. Even to this day, I'm still doing it. Even now, mom is, she's still with me, but she's in a nursing care. And hearing, and then, mom going through dementia, and hearing, when the point where she didn't even recognize me, was afraid of me, and this and that. I stayed strong for her, and I always let her know that you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about me, Mom. I'm good. Everything's taken care of. I'm here for you. All you have to do is just be happy.
I think all of us in this room and everyone watching has experienced some degree of loss. And a loss to you may not look like a loss to me, and a loss to me may not look like a loss to you. But we both grieve. We all grieve. We all have to work through something to keep going. And I don't want this platform to ever be one of those, this is Ron talking, I'm being selfish now. I don't ever want this to be a platform where I'm giving you some sense of hope at the expense of reality.
Right.
I'll never do that. I'll always shoot you straight, say exactly what it is. But you should always have hope.
But not just because of what we say.
Exactly.
Have hope on your own.
You should have hope. You have to find a reason in yourself to have a reason to keep going forward.
I mean, if it is watching us, then hey,
then so be it. So be it. If we're a catalyst, because you didn't learn everything you know in your life and get by in your life because how good you are.
Right.
I didn't. She didn't. He didn't. It was a village.
Right.
Okay. I will say this, everybody, and this is gonna probably be the last thing I'm gonna say. I'm gonna let you take us out, bro. I watch nature shows. I do. And I learned a very fundamental reality. When I say reality, I'm talking about the moon, the stars, the atmosphere, the earth, the you, the me, the bugs, the creatures, the animals, everything. And the one thing I learned about watching nature, everything dies.
This planet, anyways.
No, brother, not just this planet. We can go 50 billion years out. There's a planet out there that's going to die. There's a star that's going to die. The stars you see in the sky aren't even there anymore because 5 billion years ago, they blew up and died. We're still seeing the luminescence. Death is a reality. And usually people, because I was one of them, usually people that have a problem dealing with and confronting death head on, that's when your drug addicts come in. That's when your sex maniacs come in. That's when your abusers come in. That's when you like being abused come in, to say the masochism. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I am not facing a reality of life. It's inevitable. Every day, now we can go to this planet. Every day on this planet, you know why something lives? Because something died. That's right. That's exactly right.
That's happening right now.
That's right.
Every second that's happening.
That Popeye chicken in your stomach? That's right. Them green beans you ate? That's right.
You had to pluck them motherfuckers.
That's right.
Yep.
That's exactly right.
Right.
If the animals, the stars of the universe are not exempt, what the hell are you crying about?
Right. It's gonna happen anyways. I mean, I may not want to, but I know I'm
You
going
may be
to.
arguing the conditions.
So your best bet is to try to keep yourself around as long as you can.
Come to terms.
You know, what do you need to do to try to at least extend it? You know, you're not going to go into 150 years because that don't happen to us. But if you can make it to your 90s, try to do that. That's the only thing you can
Aren't
do.
you going to still have the same
And
hurt?
you're still going to be dead no matter
What if it wants? Let's do a better number. Let's do a better number for all of our fantasy seekers out there. What's a good number? You want to go 300, 400?
You ain't gonna make that. You ain't gonna never make that. Either way, you're gonna die no
You
matter
still
what.
going.
If it's 500,
It's kind of like the whoopings that we used to get to you. Remember as kids? Like it's kind of the whooping like, when I get home, I'm gonna tear you up. You know, the whole time you sitting there thinking, "Oh my God!"
You don't wanna go
like
home.
you don't only want to go home, but you know you got to go home and face that whooping. That's not gonna change. You getting the whooping. Now, what time you walk in the house and the degree of punishment that may be a little bit to your, advantage.
right.
But make no
Still
mistake
might go
about
get
it. You know what it is.
You go ahead and get that.
Hey man, be real. Be real with yourself. Be real with life and be real with the conditions, man. And don't lie to yourself. And that's all I gotta say,
That's
man.
pretty much
And thank y'all so much.
You know, I was gonna mention something about how Bobby said his mom was trying to make sure to take care. That's a parental thing where
Yeah, I know, right?
we don't never want to go to make sure we gotta
Right.
make sure that you're okay
right.
before we go.
Boy, I go, nigga, you good?
Even though I know you're a
Count
grown
out the
man,
negative.
you got your own shit, but you know what? I'm about to go. You're gonna be good, right? Without me, because that's just
You
parental.
finna marry this one here? Oh no, nigga, I stay around for a minute.
You know what? I can't go yet. I can't go
I
yet.
don't speak for me.
Like I can't go yet if you're gonna do that one. But there's
Oh, Lord,
nothing you can do
yeah.
about it. That's just got to keep going from there.
Absolutely.
But anyway, thank y'all so much for being here with us today. Enjoy the rest.
The Hitler show is on Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
This
we're gonna
Wednesday coming up.
So
I'll put it up.
this Wednesday we're going to go ahead and redo the Hitler one since we didn't really talk about him at all. We did have a decent conversation though. So and we got quite a few views, but we will be coming back to that on Wednesday. Unless y'all want to talk about something else, but y'all don't never send no comments. Y'all don't never send no emails. But either way, I'm Brother Los.
I'm Brother Ron.
Brother Black Hand.
And thank you so much to our studio honest T-Wiz.
Thank you.
Good show, y'all.
Yeah,
Thank
much
y'all.
love for your support. We're out.
Peace.
Peace.